Welcome to Jyoti Silamam Kshatriya Gurukulam. Today we are going to talk about the culture, Indian culture, how deep culture we are following in India. In Indian culture, it was one of the oldest culture in the world. One of the oldest culture in the world. Everybody knows already. Also, the language also is one of the traditional and then tribal language of India. It's a Tamil. The language is already a 4 to 6,000 years old language. We are speaking still today. In 6,000 years old language, nobody will talk until now that clear language. It's only the rooted in a Tamil language. There's no other language was rooted as long as 6,000 years old. Already the American universities, a lot of research going against that language research. Already they are talking about that Tamil is one of the oldest language in the world. Why it was the oldest language in the world? We have already deepest calculations in Tamil language. Even the calculation is billions, millions, trillions. We all already have in Tamil language. Not other language have rather than English. There no other language was having calculated that the trillions, millions, billions and all. But in Indian language there are billions and trillions. Also they talk about that cellular, micro minerals. All it was written in Tamil language. They called as Anu. Anu means is atoms. They all called as atom. Also they are researched in Tamil language. That deep language, without the atom research, there is no language was developed. That means there's the biggest research going on already as a 4,000, 3,000 years old research. But now we are lost everything from Tamil language. Also the culture was one of the deepest culture in the world. In Tamil Nadu, in South India, basically in South India and India, it's one of the rooted art in the world. One of the mother of the art in the world. What are the mother of the culture and mother of the rooted in India? It's all come from Hindu cultures. The Hindu cultures comes from India. It was called Indus land cultures. Is Indus land cultures called Hindu cultures? Because of Indus Valley people called Hindus. That's why it's called Indras. Indrans also is in Indus Valley regions. That's why it is called Indran. Indran means Indus people. That type of cultures we are still followed. There's more than 150,000 cultures we followed in India. More than 150,000 cultures. The cultures, the ceremonials we followed, from praying, the way of praying, the way of respecting, the way of living, the way of celebrations. We all celebrating like more than 150,000 cultures. Is more than 60,000 cultures was followed by all over the world. Even China, the most of Chinese cultures was followed the Hinduism, based on Hinduism because of Buddhist. And Buddhist cultures is already developed from India and then take over to all our different countries, rooted to different countries. Jainism is come from India, it was rooted to the other countries. Even in Christianity, Jesus already came from India. There is books about it. They came to India and they are studied about spirituality in the Himalayas, and then they traveled to the country. Then they spread it. So like this, all the spiritual rooted all came to India. They learned from India, and then they're taking from all over the world. Now we are destroying our own culture through our own respecting our culture, our religious, our living, our society. Everything was changed because of we are not following the same level of the cultures. So what we have to do, we have to respecting our ancestor culture, because our ancestor are more healthier than who we are living now. There's no diabetes, there's no BP, there's no disease in 100 years ago. Now there's so many disease was passed through because our food culture was conversions, mixed up, mess it up. So these and all will changing our new human beings. The new human beings are thinking is different, and living is different, and life is different, and then they are express is different. So expressing to the earth is different, but in ancient peoples are differently lived and differently healthy, and differently living under the community based. But that and all, we have to respect the way, or at least we respect this way. If you don't respect in this culture, in this century, or this is the only generation who destroy everything, because we are the only people we knows before the computers and after the computers. 10 years later or 20 years later, then nobody will know after the computers. Nobody will know the before the computers. All everyone know the after the computers. Computers will change everybody's lifestyle. They knows the after the computers. But now it's a different. Before the computers, nobody don't know the before the computers. And what is the life before the computers, and what is the life after the computers? Only this generation will know. Next generations, only the computer life they knows. So we have to respect the both way. So we have to spreading our knowledge to the next generations, who's our ancestors. If you want to talk about our ancestors, we are not talking about their they're doing wrong, they're doing mistakes. We're not talking about their mistakes or making a mess it or anything. We're talking about that how they lived in that life and how they are mankind is in that periods. And these periods are not mankind, not humanity. Everything we destroyed it. Okay, that is the one thing, the main thing we are talking about. Even Tirukural, we are written to a long time before. We are not writing a Tirukural in these centuries. We are respecting our ancestors only. We are respecting whatever the roots of the trees, not the branches of the trees. We are the branches of the trees in this civilization. So we have to take our ancestors civilized. We have to follow up. Thank you. If you know about the detail or know about any doubts, you write put the questions on. Thank you.